Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am so glad you're here joining me. I'm excited to share some cozy winter meals with you as we were cooped up for 2 days in this gorgeous snow. I had this beautiful beef bone broth cooling overnight, so now it's ready to strain. I'm going to reserve some of the fat to prepare a snack for my chickens and save the broth for soup. I'm also putting in a whole chicken that I will be using in a chicken rice curry vegetable soup for lunch today. I always wear Hector's coat in the snow and his boots. They're just oversized and extra snug. Going to the chicken coop to mix up some beef fat and corn and sunflower seeds for a nice hearty body heat generating snack and to defrost their water. This is the best when you can catch the snowflakes on your black coat or hat and see the shapes of all the different crystals. They don't want to come out. 2 of them came out earlier. They came all the way to the porch, but they are not interested in coming out. They already ate all the snack I brought them. I made a simple breakfast this morning, some organic bacon and some sourdough pancakes. I freshly milled the soft white wheat berries and allowed the mixture to ferment overnight, and they came out absolutely delicious. Of course, we topped them off with beautiful organic maple syrup and went outside to enjoy this beautiful snow. Okay, I'm not sure if I'll be able to make this video about cooking because all I want to do is show the beauty around me. Look at this beauty. Oh, I just love the way the branches collect the snow. It looks so magical. The birds are so easy to spot. There's so many cute fluffed up birdies everywhere. And this morning I saw 2 foxes playing in the woods as I sat in the dining room drinking my coffee. They finally were gone for the morning around 8 o'clock, and I was able to safely open up my chicken coop, but I'm still on the lookout. I opened the chicken coop just to give them the option to come out, but 2 attempted it. They didn't like it, went back home, and no one's been out since. It was 2 that have never seen snow before. This is their first winter. They were born in the summer, so I guess they were curious. The rest knew better though. Got beautiful. The birdies still have food, seeds from dried up flowers, and berries. How lovely. It's been a couple of hours and my chicken is ready. I love doing this, you guys. I'll make a whole chicken or a whole roast just in the Instant Pot with a little water, no seasoning, and then just use the meat however I like later in the day. Today I knew what I was making. but the chicken was frozen, so I went ahead and used the Instapot anyway. I'm making a hearty soup for lunch. I love soup because you can just put whatever you want in it, and if you have bone broth as the base, it's gonna be delicious. So I chose chicken and rice curried soup loaded with veggies, and I'm adding lentils just for a little extra filler and even more protein and nutrition. So I'm starting off with sauteing onions, garlic, and carrots in some olive oil, tossing in the potatoes, some fresh cilantro, and anything else you guys want to add here. You could do red peppers, you can do cauliflower, broccoli. I just love curry anything, to be honest. Green beans, frozen organic green beans from Aldi. I really love that they have so many organic frozen veggies available there. I don't have a recipe for you to follow. I'm so sorry. I definitely eyeball all my seasoning. So it's looking like about 1.5 teaspoons of salt, a couple teaspoons of turmeric, about 2 tablespoons of yellow curry powder, and maybe 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I think this is all the seasoning I'm putting in. Yes, it's so flavorful just with that you don't need much more, and the bone broth makes it so rich and delicious. So once that's coated, I'll pour in some bone broth, leaving room for a can of organic coconut milk that we'll add later. After this cooks through and everything's tender, I'll add the chicken and the coconut milk, and then we'll serve and enjoy. About 1/4 to 1/2 cup of rice so that it doesn't become a rice dish. If you add too much rice, it will absorb all the broth and you'll end up with a rice chicken vegetable dish. This is intended to be a brothy soup with just a little bit of rice throughout. Well, it looks like my mom's really enjoying her snow day as well. She loves smoking meat and cooking meat over open fire, so I expect a delicious afternoon snack later. Getting beef soup bones from my farmer, but the beef soup bones he gives me are loaded with meat. So when I make the broth with them, I actually make a meal with the meat that day. Tonight I'm making just the soft tender meat in a basic gravy with a splash of red wine and a couple of bags of organic mixed fruit over some creamy red mashed potatoes. This was such a comforting, warm meal. I don't have a recipe, I'm so sorry, but basically I made the bone broth, took the meat off the bones, and used some of the bone broth and a little flour and butter to make the gravy. I threw in the veggies and a splash of red wine and a little salt and pepper, and then I boiled these red potatoes till they were nice and tender and mashed them up with some butter, heavy cream, a little salt and pepper. It's the next day and we are snowed in, so yes, we will be in our jammies all day and eating delicious food all day. This is a little bit more of an involved breakfast than usual, but might as well make something awesome to eat if we're just gonna be here all day, right? So I am milling some dried organic corn, not popcorn. Popcorn will ruin your meal,
So you want to order dried corn, which I buy mine from Amazon. It's JoJo's Organics. It's been delicious. It's so wonderful to mill your own cornmeal. I make my cornbread with it, corn dumplings, and my grits. So today I'm making like a creamy, cheesy, more like polenta texture because I'm milling it very fine. And I'm gonna top it with some onions and potatoes and sausage that I'm frying up in the skillet, as well as a couple of fried eggs. So delicious, so hearty. This will keep us full for hours and it will warm us up. I'm also milling some soft wheat so that I can feed my sourdough starter and get it active so that I can mix some dough for some chocolate rolls I intend to bake tomorrow morning as a nice treat. The measurements I follow for the grits is 4 cups of water and 1 cup of grits, and I whisk them in very gradually to avoid the lumps. Once they're whisked in, I lower the heat and let the grains slowly cook. I am, grating some Gruyere cheese and adding that along with some heavy cream to the grits, and they are ready. And of course, I added salt, probably a teaspoon of salt. Now I'll finish off the potatoes, onions, and Italian sausage and start frying up some eggs with butter in another skillet, and soon we'll be enjoying this delicious meal. I made some sourdough chocolate rolls. I followed Farmhouse on Boone's recipe, but I did use all freshly milled soft wheat, so it's a little bit modified. However, if you follow her recipe, you will not be disappointed. These are so delicious, and as much as I love cinnamon rolls, it's fun to do something a little different sometimes. I hope you guys are inspired and that you try some of the meals I shared with you today. It's always wonderful having you join me. God bless you all, and see you next time.